Hey guys, this is a video for seated wobbles. Fantastic movement. Let me give you a couple of points of performance and then I'll talk about the purpose. Points of performance are very simple. You're gonna start seated on a bench or in a box. You can even sit on the floor, but just have a little bit of height so that you can have a neutral spine, right? So most people when they sit on the floor, the lower back is gonna have to round, and so a little bit of help of aid will help you, but like you can totally do it in the floor with your legs straight, but maybe use a yoga block or something so that you can have a neutral back. That's the first point of performance. The second point of performance is you're gonna have your hands just under the ball, so not completely on the side, more here, and when you extend, elbows here. One thing that we usually do when we're doing sets of wobbles is like we lower the arms in between reps. That's not as problematic in this variation of the wobble, just because the cycle time is much faster, right? Like the height is not gonna be that much, and so the ball is gonna come down a lot faster, just because there's a little bit less distance there. But that is it. And those are the points of performance, right? So tall, like neutral spine, right? Like if that means a little bit of height, the use of a bench of a box will do. Elbows under that ball, hands a little bit under that ball, and if you want to have them like this, that's it. Purpose of this movement, to condition and to develop the capacity of the arms to generate power from a pressing overhead archetype. We're shutting down completely the hips and the legs from the normal wobble, and so all is gonna come from the arms. That is very challenging, and it's not a movement in which we generate a lot of power usually. Actually, we use variations of leg movements to avoid that. So we use a push press or a split jerk, something of the sort to avoid having to generate power from the arms. And so with this movement, there's no hiding there. You have to generate power from the arms. So it's gonna be very informative for your capacity. You can use this movement with high reps or low reps, bigger balls, smaller balls, more height or less height, depending on what you want, depending on the stimulus that you're trying to get. But just because you're having to throw that thing away, your rate of force production is gonna be very high. That is much higher than like saying a very slow but heavy press, right? And so it's a little bit a power movement. Keep in mind when you're doing this that one of the most basic functions of movement for humans is to throw stuff. And so when we're practicing this, we're doing that. And the second thing to keep in mind when you're practicing this is that you're gonna learn a lot about the function in the arms in a regular wobble if you do those, and it will teach you so much how to use those arms, which we usually don't. And so usually we'll see people that used to play basketball doing that kind of throw. This one is not gonna allow that much because it's gonna feel a lot heavier. It's gonna teach you how to use your hands, how to use your fingers, and so that is an awesome benefit of this movement. That is it. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes.